Caci International, Inc., is a multinational professional services and information technology company headquartered in Arlington, Virginia, United States. Caci provides services to many branches of the federal government including defense, homeland security, intelligence and healthcare. Caci has over 16,300 employees in over 120 offices in the U.S. and Europe. Caci is a member of the Fortune 1000 largest companies, the Russell 2000 Index, and the S&P Small Cap 600 Index. History: Caci was founded by businessmen Herb Carr and Harry Markowitz, who left Rand Corporation in 1962 to commercialize the SIMSCRIPT simulation programming language. The company went public in 1968. Caci, which was originally an acronym for California Analysis Center, Incorporated, was changed to stand for Consolidated Analysis Center, Incorporated, in 1967. In 1973, the acronym alone was adopted as the firm's official name, reflecting the name customers had grown familiar with. In 1975, Caci Limited was founded in the UK. CACI's corporate motto is, "Ever Vigilant." Culture: Caci is known for its culture of good character and ethics, built on the principles of honesty, integrity, commitment, and respect. Caci Executive Chairman and Chairman of the Board, Dr. Jack London, wrote a 2013 book on the subject titled Character: The Ultimate Success Factor. He draws upon examples from history as well as his personal experiences to illustrate the importance of character in both personal and corporate success. Dr. London has discussed the book and the subject of character in many forums, including at the Institute of World Politics and on Federal News Radio. To illustrate the role of character, Caci sponsored a series of radio spots called A Moment of Character. These spots aired on WTOP in the Washington, D.C. area in 2013. Caci is consistently selected as a leading employer of veterans nationwide, and veterans make up nearly 25% of its workforce. Its veteran-specific hiring efforts include the Deploying Talent, Creating Careers program, which champions the hiring of veterans with disabilities. The company's enrichment programs geared toward veterans include an employee resource group for veterans and military spouses, a mentoring program that pairs veteran employees with one another, and participation in philanthropic activities benefiting service members and their families. In 2014, Military Times ranked Caci third on its Best for Vets employers list. Caci has also been selected as a Most Valuable Employer for Military by CivilianJobs.com, a Top Employer for Veterans by Forbes, and one of the 25 most influential companies for veteran hiring by Profiles in Diversity Journal. Acquisitions: Caci grows largely through acquisitions of other IT companies. 2003. Premier Technology Group Inc. 2004. MTL Systems Inc. 2004. CMS Information Services Inc. 2004. American Management Systems Inc. 2005. National Security Research Inc. 2006. Information Systems Support Inc. 2006. Alpha Insight Corp. 2007. Institute for Quality Management Inc. 2007. The Wexford Group International. 2007. Athena Innovative Solutions Inc. 2007. Arethe Software Limited. 2007. Dragon Development Corporation. 2008. SoftSmart Limited. 2009. EZGOV Europe. 2009. Monitor Media. 2010. Systemware Inc. 2010. Technographics Inc. 2010. Applied Systems Research Inc. 2011. Pangea Technologies LLC. 2011. Paradigm Holdings Inc. 2011. Advanced Programs Group LLC. 2012. Delta Solutions and Technologies, Inc. 2012. Emergent Technologies, Inc. 2013. IDL Solutions, Inc. 2013. 63 Systems, Inc. Operations. Caci has 10 market areas: business systems, financial, acquisition, human capital management, and logistics. C4ISR. Caci supports military, homeland security, law enforcement, and emergency responders with solutions, including highly specialized capabilities in signal processing and precision geolocation, cyberspace, forensics, information security, electronic warfare, cyber training, and counterintelligence. Enterprise IT. Its offerings include data center design and management, cloud computing, virtualization, application development and hosting, mobility, and advanced service desk management. Geospatial. Caci delivers geospatial data exploitation, analysis, and visualization to support intelligence and decision needs. Healthcare. Caci serves the U.S. government, uniformed services, veterans, and citizens. Integrated security solutions. Caci addresses asymmetric and irregular threats for the Department of Defense and federal, state, local, and private entities responsible for law enforcement, homeland security, and national security missions. Its solutions include biometrics, border protection, counter-piracy, counter-narcotics, and specialized law enforcement. Intelligence. CACI's intelligence solutions support a broad range of activities: investigation and litigation support. Using intelligent application of technology, Caci has assisted the U.S. government in litigating thousands of cases. Logistics and material readiness. Caci provides logistics support and a supply chain offering. Its operational capabilities include advanced logistics planning, demand forecasting, total asset visibility, and lifecycle weapons system support. Caci is heavily involved with projects on behalf of the American and British governments. Controversies. Abu Ghraib. On June 9, 2004, a group of 256 Iraqis sued Caci International and Titan Corporation in U.S. federal court. The plaintiffs, former prisoners, allege that the companies directed and participated in torture, war crimes, crimes against humanity, sexual assault, as well as cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment at Abu Ghraib prison. The U.S. government had hired Caci and Titan to provide interrogation and translation services at military prisons in Iraq. Caci employees Joe Ryan and Steven Stefanovich were investigated in the Taguba inquiry. The Department of the Army found that contractors were involved in 36% of the Abu Ghraib proven incidents, and identified 6 employees as individually culpable, although none have faced prosecution, unlike Department of Defense servicemen. According to an early Army report, a Caci interrogator, added a false statement to the investigation team regarding the locations of his interrogations, the activities during his interrogations, and his knowledge of abuses. Further, investigators found the Caci interrogator encouraged military policemen to terrorize inmates, and clearly knew his instructions equated to physical abuse. Caci response. According to CACI's website, the company provided a range of information technology and intelligence services in Iraq. These services included intelligence analysis, background investigations, screenings, interrogation, property management and record keeping, and installation of computer systems, software and hardware. Only a small portion of these employees worked as interrogators. The company states that no Caci employee or former employee has been indicted for any misconduct in connection with this work, and no Caci employee or former employee appears in any of the photos released from Abu Ghraib. Caci also adds that they are no longer providing interrogation services in Iraq. which concluded in the early fall of 2005 upon the conclusion of a contract with the Department of the Army. Caci also adds, "Nonetheless, we do not condone, tolerate or endorse any illegal behavior by our employees in any circumstance or at any time. We will act forcefully if the evidence shows that any of our employees acted improperly. But we will not rush to judgment on the basis of speculation, innuendo, partial reports or incomplete investigations." Caci also claims on their website that U.S. government reports generally concluded that civilian interrogators performed their duties in an appropriate fashion and made a major contribution to the U.S. mission in Iraq. Caci further claims a March 2005 report by U.S. Navy Inspector General and Vice Admiral Albert T. Church shows that despite the publicity surrounding Abu Ghraib, we found very few instances of abuse involving contractors. Caci, chairman of the board Drive, Jack London, defended the company with a book. Caci, Our Good Name radio show comments result in a lawsuit on August 26, 2005. Randy Rhoads, a host for the Air America talk radio program, claimed that employees of Caci International had raped and murdered Iraqi civilians at the Abu Ghraib prison. Caci sued Air America and its parent company, Piquant LLC, for allegedly making false and defamatory charges. Caci sought $1 million in compensatory damages and $10 million in punitive damages. The claim was dismissed by a U.S. District Court judge on September 21, 2006. Caci pursued an appeal, having received permission to do so from a bankruptcy court. May 2008 lawsuit. In May 2008, 4 former Abu Ghraib prison inmates, who were all released without charge, brought separate lawsuits in 4 U.S. courts against Caci and L3 Communications as well as against 3 civilians. One of these former inmates, Emad El-Janabi, sued L3 and Caci for allowing their employees to abuse him physically and mentally at the prison. In a statement released on their website, Caci has stated that these lawsuits are baseless, and they reject emphatically this latest plaintiff's allegations and claims, calling on numerous and thorough government investigations in these allegations. On March 19, 2009, U.S. District Judge Gerald Bruce rejected claims by Caci that it could not be sued because its interrogators were performing duties prescribed by the contract with the U.S. government. Caci responded that it vowed to pursue all of its legal alternatives to defend itself and vindicate the company's good name, and that, from day one, Caci has rejected the outrageous allegations against the company in this lawsuit and continues to do so. On September 11, 2009, the U.S. Court of Appeals ruled that Caci did in fact fall under U.S. military chain of command and thus had government contractor immunity. In October 2010, the U.S. Supreme Court considered hearing an appeal and requested the views of the U.S. Solicitor General on the case. In the meantime, Caci and L3 continued to argue in federal appellate court for civil immunity, as clients of the federal government in national defense. In June 2013, the suit was dismissed by a federal judge due to lack of jurisdiction. Plaintiffs vowed to appeal the verdict, which was described as troubling by Noah Feldman, a professor at Harvard Law School. August 2013 countersuits. In August 2013, Caci sued the former Abu Ghraib prison inmates for legal expenses related to the dismissed suit. Maxwell O. Chibundu, a law professor at the University of Maryland Francis King Carey School of Law, expressed his surprise at the decision to sue the inmates. June 2014 appeal. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit found that the lower court had erred in the June 2013 dismissal, as it lacked jurisdiction to hear the case because the alleged incidents occurred overseas. The case will be returned to the U.S. District Court in Alexandria, Virginia, who had originally dismissed it in June 2013. Irish Census 2011. Caci was contracted to evaluate Irish Census 2011. Because of their involvement in Abu Ghraib, some members of the Irish public decided to boycott Census 2011.